Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Oh man, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? It's your boy, it's your guy, it's your main man, Doc Holiday. We're back with another HBCU tonight. Make sure that you like the stream, make sure that you comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Also, to make sure that you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. If you're on Twitter, also make sure you hit that follow button on Twitter. And then come on over to the YouTube side and hit that subscribe button. So yeah, we got some things going on while people just filing in. People are filing in. Hope everybody's had a good day. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. I had an interesting conversation. What up, though? Had an interesting conversation today. Well, not interesting, but it would have been interesting if these folks if these folks wouldn't try not to argue me down. Oh yeah, FTP. That's how we do. That's what we do. Oh my goodness, that's what we do. That's funny. That is funny. And then, you know what? Since you on it, Chris, let me go and find some stuff about that Bruce Tech. So I can go on and have some on here. That way we can all laugh. But yeah, man, I had a good day. I was on Twitter today, and well, we saw what happened at Tennessee State. So two men go on to the campus of Tennessee State yesterday, and they try to do the Charlie Kirk thing, right? And there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, but everybody has free range, free speech, and everything. Everybody has free speech, but when you think about it, sometimes free speech ain't always free. And what I mean by that is that that the man who you're trying to emulate with the way he went about doing things. Good evening. The way he went about doing things, as far as debating, good evening. You can't go, the way these guys would try to continue the Charlie Kirk debate was, it's whatever you want to do. But the thing about it is you can't kind of wipe the slate clean with what was going on with him, what he was saying. And what he was saying was some off the wall type shit. And I'm talking about Charlie Kirk. Because he skewed his, he had points, but he skewed his points to fit his narrative. And you make it about Black people. You don't like Black people. Like, if you want to try to continue Charlie Kirk's legacy, don't try to do it. Don't try to do it at an HBCU. I mean, that is the last thing you want to, that's the last place you want to do anything as far as when it comes to things like that. And I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but at the same time, I have a point where, in a sense, we kind of won, but in a sense, they kind of won because they live streamed that, and they took it to where they wanted to show everybody what folks was dealing with. If you understand where I'm coming from. If you understand where I'm coming from. They wanted to show folks in that we ain't nothing, that we're beneath them, that that they say we're racist and stuff like that. But at the same time, I commend those students for standing up in the face of bigotry. So while I think the girl Yard Talk had said something, and it was one of them things where she said something, and then everybody, it was some regular folks that be on Twitter that was talking, but then it was somebody else that came under, the white guy came under. He was like, well, they was trying to continue Charlie Kirk's legacy, but I'm like, why are you continuing it on an HBCU campus? Why would you start at Tennessee State University, out of all places? You can't, thinking nothing was going to happen, and you walking around with a "Make America Great Again" hat, and you're expecting to try to debate these young minds right here, and you're trying to use the same logic that he used to skew his points, to make him seem like he was valid. You wasn't going to get away with it over there. I'm just going to be honest with you. You was not going to get away with it over there. So I really commend those kids for, first of all, having the restraint to not say anything and not do anything, but to kind of just put their foot down and say, we're not going to do this. You're not going to come over here and do what you're trying to do over here. Let me see if I can get my host over here. Yes. But I commend those students for for standing up for what's right. Like I said, they want to continue the rhetoric that he kind of put out there. Then they could have did it at a PWI. Continue doing it at a PWI instead of coming to an HBCU, because it's crazy, because it's like somebody was telling me, like, well, this is what he wanted. No, this is not what he wanted. He did not want it to. He not want to go to no HBCU. I promise you, he did not want to do that. He didn't want to do it. Like, one guy wants to actually have a conversation with me. He's like, I would really like to discuss this further with you. I personally feel he was not a bigot. I would like your thought on the matter of why you believe he was, on the basis of what a bigot is. I feel, and I want this to be known, that is just my feelings towards it. Charlie was open to discussing what he believed and open-minded about those beliefs. I think there is a very significant difference between someone who is a bigot and someone who is strong in their beliefs. So I honestly would like your thought on this. So I don't know, but I'm gonna call him a bigot because he spreaded bigotry, and like I said, he tried. He believed his own points with the way that he skewed information and skewed statistics and skewed the rhetoric to make it to fit his narrative. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it would be a good dialogue, but I'm very, in a sense, I'm very leery on it. I'm very, very leery on it. But don't try it at HBCU. Just don't try it at HBCU. I swear to God, if they would come to Jackson and try that shit at Jackson State or Alcorn. Jackson, first of all, you come to Jackson State, you in the hood regardless. You go to Alcorn, your ass is in the woods. You go to Valley, Valley is Valley. Yeah, best things be discussed offline and out of the public eye. That is true. And it is also true. Kirk is a younger version of David Duke. Racists are dressed up to look mainstream. That's a valid point right there. That's a valid point. But like I said, I commend those students. I commended those kids for standing up for what they believed in. And they said they didn't want that mess on their campus. And they did not back down. They didn't double down. They like, not today. Not today. All right, I gotta put some on here, but we'll be right back. I got something else to talk about too, and it's probably gonna y'all know this guy, and it's probably gonna make y'all laugh about this. We'll be right back in just 1 minute.
It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout outs, and members only live chats. And also you can get birthday shout outs on here and win member subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket.
Man, look, appreciate Ezra, Mr. Ezra Kelly, for the donation tonight. Appreciate you, sir. And we are taking donations again. Alabama State is in the house. Hey, we gonna talk about y'all. I'm gonna talk about y'all tonight in a good fashion. In a good fashion, you know what I'm saying? But I want to show y'all this, and I know y'all. I think y'all probably seen this. And this is brought to you by TYT Sports. So
This all went down at a football game in the state of Tennessee. And this video has sparked allegations of racism.
All right. Before we continue on with it. All right. So hey man, what's going on, guys? Hey man, if y'all didn't watch the episode with Ohio State, I did a interview with Ohio podcast, and we were talking about the Grambling game. Nah, it was good. It was a good interview and stuff like that. But shout out to my guy over there. What in the all corners going on? So, all right. First and foremost, that is Central High School in Memphis, from Memphis, Tennessee, right? Now, Central High School, their band, the Warrior, I guess it's the Marching Warriors. So hence the Alcorn, the Cherokee playing in the background. They are led by a JSU alum, Ollie Liddell, who is also the son of Dr. Lewis Liddell, who was the director of bands at one point in time, my freshman year in '97. So he was in a band. His dad was the band director. So big old Ollie is he's the director of bands for Memphis Central High School. All right. So there's a school in Tennessee, Brighton High School in Tennessee, sent them a letter saying that the band couldn't come because they quote unquote played too loud. They played too loud. So basically, the principal at Brighton banned the Warrior band from performing in the stands and performing on the field. So, of course, when the opposing school brings their band, we all know band get in free. So, but because the band was banned by this particular school, they had to pay full price to get into the game. So it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was parents and like the parents and supporters of the band got them on the bus, paid for their ticket, and to add insult to injury, you got 100 plus kids, and you get 100 plus kazoos, and then the drum line brought their drumsticks and mallets. So instead of having regular instruments, they're playing with the kazoos. And basically, what they're saying is, you're not gonna stop our shine. That's what they basically saying. What we doing right here is something that you will never understand. You will never understand. And the question, hey, and you know what? I want to know who paid for the kazoos. Hey, Andrew, not to be funny, I want to know who paid for the kazoos. Because who the heck had all that time to go around Memphis to go look for the kazoos? But they said, I heard they ordered them off of Amazon. Yeah, the pettiness. They ordered them off of Amazon. And so they order them off of Amazon, and you got 100 something kazoos getting ordered off of Amazon. And oh my goodness, I can't, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up right here. You cannot make it up. But it's the most genuine, but also the most pettiest thing to ever do. And then to show what up there, and then it's creative. And then to show up to the game and to be synchronized in harmony with kazoos and the drumsticks is there's no other word to put this right here. So for the folks that just coming in, I'm just gonna rewind the video for the folks that just coming in. And I know everybody's seen this. Mostly everybody's seen this, so.
This all went down at a football game in the state of Tennessee.
MEAC on the field.
And this video has sparked allegations of racism. With Memphis Central marching band being on the receiving end of said allegations. All right, so to be clear, I reached out to the school and I spoke with this person, Principal Amy Epps. She would then tell me to get in touch with Antoine Johnson of the Shelby County School District. And here were the questions I asked him to comment on. You are going to see these, all right? Number one, is it true that Brighton High School requested Memphis Central's band not to play? And if so, why? Number two, what was the reaction from the students who were unable to play? Number three, who led the improvisation to play with kazoos and also drumsticks on the fence? Number four, why would Brighton High make this decision if true? Here were Mr. Johnson's replies in order. To my first question, is it true Brighton requested Memphis Central's band not to play? If so, why? He said that is correct. The BHS principal noted that there is, in their words, not a rule stating that a band cannot play during the game, but also stated that, again, their words, this is a sportsmanship issue that your band director has not followed in the past years. Shade. To my second question, what was the reaction from students who are unable to play? Didn't really have an answer, but said, I think it's safe to assume, so again, not from the students, that they were disappointed and somewhat confused. I actually saw a quote from one of the band members who did basically say that they were peeved at it. To my third question, who led the improvisation to play with kazoos and drumsticks on the fence? The idea of Memphis Central staff, so not being fully detailed in that answer. And fourth, why would Brighton make this decision if true? They reiterate, again, their reasons seem to be that the Central band often plays during live game action and that they were allegedly too loud. See, that's the big one right there. They're too loud. We have heard that stereotype over and over and over again throughout time as it pertains to Black folks. Whether they are speaking too loud, whether they are laughing too loud, whether they're having fun too loud. We've heard it over and over and over again. So that is, in short, not good. Thus, then I had a few follow-ups. Is the allegation true that the band director has not followed the sportsmanship issue they took umbrage with? Second, there's been some chatter from critics citing allegations of racism. Was this a racist act? And third, what other bands have been banned from playing when visiting Brighton? He would answer in order again. To my first question, at this time, the district has not been provided proof to substantiate that claim. Well, that's a big one. That's a big one. Because Brighton is making an allegation that they have that the band director did not follow the sportsmanship unwritten rule, and now the district.
Hold on now. So let's get into it right here. So let's get into it right here. He's saying that the principal said that there was a sportsmanship unwritten rule. And we know, y'all know from college, y'all know we're in college, that the band don't play when the ball is in play, right? Y'all know if we play before the during the snap, that's 15-yard penalty right there. So, because it's a sportsmanlike conduct in college. High school is something different. High school don't have those same type of rules. So in high school, it doesn't matter if you're on offense. If the opposing team is on offense and your band, and you playing in the band, it doesn't matter what it is, because we're gonna play. That's our job. And if you're not the type to block out the noise, then it's an advantage. It's an advantage for the opposing team. Okay. Now I understand. Don't play while the play is going. We all know that we get that notion all the time, like, why they not playing right now and stuff like that. But to hear and say they play too loud, ain't that what a band is supposed to do? You're supposed to be loud. We're supposed to play to lead our team to victory. So like I said, what my boy Ali do, he went to the school. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. Ali is from the old school. Ali graduated in I think he graduated from Jackson in either 98, 99. All right. He is from the old school of pettiness. He was in the college of pettyology. Let's say it like that. Let's just say it like that. If you went to Jackson State, if you went to JSU, if you went to that school on 1400 J.R. Lynch Street, we have a degree in spadeology. We have a degree in whoop your ass in pool. We have a degree in dominoes. We have a degree in we have a degree in pettiness, in pettyology. Like, come on. That's just us. That is just us. It's instilled in us when we go to Jackson. It's instilled in us when you come out of Jackson. Either if you didn't graduate, if you went there, if you step foot on the yard, that is what it is. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Sorry for my tardiness. Sorry, chat, for my tardiness. I had a late meeting at work. It came out of nowhere, man. I'm like, oh my God, I got other stuff to do. But man, D.I. Love, F, what is it? Baton Rouge Health Systems, Baton Rouge Tech, JUCO, whatever the name of that school is. Yeah.
Baton Rouge Health Systems. I'm done.
And that young man, he ought to be ashamed of himself. That man, I went back and watched those Baton Rouge Tech games. He's dropped the ball 6 times this year.
We're gonna get on there in a minute. We ain't got to
Okay.
the pettiness yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's get it.
So we talking about what happened in Memphis with Central High School. And I know you know about it, but
I mean, Dr. Liddell, you know, Ollie, I went to school. I went to Callaway. I graduated from '94 with Ollie, and we were in the band together for 3 years at Seaway. Yeah, that stuff with Central. It's a little crazy, man, but it has a lot to do up here with these youngsters, man. They're a little different. But as far as the playing loud and all that other stuff, oh, please. Because I saw something on Instagram, some lady talking about that FAMU plays the best music. They got the best band.
Yeah, I heard about
Jackson State plays too loud. She said that Jackson State plays too loud. But then the ironic thing was she said she marched in Morehouse band.
Because she went to Spelman.
Yeah, I understand that, but again, I'm gonna say this again. She marched in Morehouse's band. She didn't sing for the Glee Club, you know, which is world renowned, but their band, though, they are middle school bands in Jackson that sound better than Morehouse's band. So I mean, she didn't have any credit for that. But then when I discovered she's from Florida, so of course she's gonna, you know, talk about FAMU and stuff like that. But you know, Jackson State, I mean, we just kind of stray away from like songs like Everybody's Surfing USA and what else they be playing? Surfing USA, they play Flight of the Bumblebee and stuff like that. You know, we kind of get away from stuff like that. You know, we don't really want to entertain kiddie songs like that. So, but anyway, let's go. Let's get it.
That finishes up.
District is basically saying we don't know. We haven't been able to verify that one. On allegations of racism and critiques online, Johnson would tell me the opinion of critics is their own. So really saying if that's what they want to say, that's what they want to say, not confirming nor denying. And the third, when asked what other bands have been banned from playing when visiting Brighton, this is the big one, y'all, right here. And I'm glad I asked this. What other bands have been banned from playing when visiting Brighton? Answer, I am unaware of any additional bands being banned. Okay. So he would also send me a statement from Roderick Richmond, who is the interim superintendent of Memphis Shelby County Schools. I can leave that up for all of y'all to see. Ladarius Brown, who plays the baritone, would tell a local news station that they were indeed disappointed. But what I am seeing through questions that I submitted and the answers that were given, not even, you know, in a live taping, not even over a phone call, but in an email, we can read between the lines here. And I will just add that where there is smoke, there is fire. I appreciate Antoine Johnson, the communications director for the Shelby County Schools District, for getting back to me in a relatively quick time so we could air this. I held off before I wanted to get a few more answers here, and I think we have them.
I can't stop. I cannot stop looking at them kids.
Man, Memphis is different now. Memphis is different, man.
Memphis,
different, man.
Memphis gone Memphis. That's
Yeah,
what Memphis
most
gonna
man.
do. Memphis gone Memphis. Memphis gonna roast you. They gonna be petty. They gonna do everything in the book just to let you know that they don't care.
Nah, they don't, man. Like I said, Memphis is gonna be Memphis. But Natasha, Ollie Liddell was a crab in '94, and he played the trombone. He didn't play the tuba. That Ollie Liddell that they're talking about. He played the trombone.
Yeah, he played trombone.
Yeah, he played trombone.
So look, and then just I talked about the Charlie Kirk situation.
Oh, geez, come on, man. I mean,
The
how many times? How many times? Like, how many times do people? How many times do people we have to go through that? Like, come on, man. There's only so many ways that a white person gonna spit in our face, and we just accept it. I mean, come on. Let's just be real. Come on.
And it's just so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, they treat him like he was a national treasure and all this crap, and they wonder why the U.S. is behind. You know, other countries look at us. I remember when I was activated, they look at us crazy because the only problem in the United States is, well, of course, you know, economy issues, stuff like that. But the only problem is that the United States is big on racism. That's just where the divide comes in. Racism. Racism. You know, even when people say that, you know, the state of Mississippi, that's the poor state. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the poor state for the oppressors, for the people that are being oppressed. But Mississippi has a lot of money. Because you mean to tell me if you're number one in transport of cotton throughout the world, you're number one in sweet potatoes throughout the world, you're number one in catfish throughout the world. So how are you broke? You're not number 2, you're not number 10, you're not number 11. You are number 1 in 3 major exports. But it's just, again, it's one of the most oppressed states. But Mississippi is not broke at all. It's not.
Yeah, so but I was just talking about them kids that they try to and continue that man's legacy and debate on the HBCU campus about bigotry and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're not gonna.
Right.
That's something that's crazy. Why would you even go to that campus in the first place? Because then I'm like, if you come to 1400 J.R. Lynch Street, look. I told y'all, we come from the school of pettiness.
That's right. Well, I mean, they just, you know, you have to understand their plans always be to incite something. That's just them. I mean, you look at January the 6th. I mean, that was like the biggest riot ever, you know, and, but that's just what they do. You know, it's sad, it's sad, as a citizen that actually pays damn taxes, that we have to go through that. But it's crazy to me, man, but only thing we should know, the voters should know now that the other side doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that they showing these people that, because I've seen so many people on Instagram, on Twitter, crying about their food stamps, crying about this, crying about that. But that's what you voted for. That's what you voted for. And you can't say that he didn't tell you. Because he did. In all fairness, he with that Project 2025, he told you.
Mm-hmm.
And you still voted for it. So you can't pick the blame on our culture for you doing something off the wall.
Yeah, so that we saw what happened, and in that case, it was good. Your kids spoke up and spoke out. Let's get to another thing. How about the band situation?
So what now?
The band situation.
Man,
with Jackson State. We talk about Jackson State this time.
Okay. Oh, I mean, the Boom's just gonna be the Boom, man. And I'm glad that Dr. Little. I mean, because the last time when we tried to depend on, ESPN and the conglomerates to make the right call, anybody with eyes and ears knew that when you saw those two bands go against each other, that was a clear winner. That's not saying that people have. I'm not speaking from Jackson State alumnus, blue eyes, blue magic, whatever. I'm not speaking from that. I'm speaking from if you have two eyes and two ears, and let's say you're not even a band person, and let's say you look at those two shows, you saw one real band, and then you saw some other stuff that was a band. So I mean, it's but I don't blame Dr. Little one bit because Jackson State will never obtain it like that because, and really, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna make this statement, I'm gonna stand on it. That band of the year is not made for JSU. It's not because JSU has all the limelight. JSU has the brand. So I think we should, follow Dr. Little's lead and just stick with having the brand because that particular award is not designed for Jackson State. Because if it is, then you're gonna have people flooding my niece Aquay's office looking for mental health, branding them. They're gonna have to work overtime and Miss Rochelle them because people gonna be on suicide watch. So you just leave it alone. He did the right thing. We'll just take our brand and be through it.
And the thing about it was, he said that he didn't. It doesn't matter because he goes through another, like he's judged on the public's opinion and not some rudimentary rubrics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not great. He's not grading on that. He wants his kids to be graded on what the crowd hears about it, right?
Right.
So I mean, and the thing about it is that what he's also saying is that this is stop using us as your engagement filler to bring people over here to you.
Exactly.
That's what he was saying. Stop putting us in. Don't put our pictures up. Don't put our music up. None of that stuff. We not. If we say we're not participating in this junk, we're not participating in it. Point blank. That's what he's trying to tell him. He's trying to tell him we're not participating. Like you, not only did you screw that first year, and when you think about it, first year It's always going to be some kinks that you need to iron out and work out and stuff like that.
Right.
But at the same time, you screwed us over. And we talked about this when it came out, when we watched it.
Right.
It was the A&T Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that school to win that whole thing. I didn't see nothing like when you think about it, they're in Carolina. Okay, so they're gonna follow the Carolina what's that DCI band? The Carolina it was on tip of my tongue from last night. We talked about it last night. It's the DCI band out of North Carolina.
I can't think of the name. The only DCI band I remember was the Mississippi Dragons back in the day.
But the thing about it to me is we talking about a band of the year.
Right.
And we talking about straight up what we put out on the field. And we ain't got no flag. A lot of the schools don't have no flags. They ain't got no twirlers. In some schools, they ain't got no dancers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's about what you know what I'm saying? It's about how you do it.
Right. I totally agree.
Because if you think about it, Flomo was so 23. It was A&T and Flomo. Flomo, I don't think Flomo was better than Virginia State. They was a little bit better, but I don't. To me, I don't think they were better than Virginia State. Last year, it was FAMU and Miles. I don't think Miles was better than who did they go up against? Virginia State again.
Yeah, it was Virginia State. But to me, I think that FAMU should have been automatically disqualified because they didn't travel to a lot of games. They didn't travel outside of Alabama.
They didn't even say about traveling. Like all you had to do is submit your you submitted your field show to them. That's how they put you.
Right. I totally understand, but I just think that, like you said, with the rubric and the metrics, I mean, for what Jackson State does, whatever rubric you have, you think about musicality, you think about tonality, you think about the dancing, you think about the straight lines, you think about, the formations, you think about the drilling. And
you think about, okay, if you're doing a DCI deal, DCI always gonna have some sort of a drum line solo in it. And I'm like, and you look at it in the SWAC, the only ones that the only school that does that is Prairie View.
Right.
No other school does that. So it's like it will fit a school like A&T. It will fit a school like what's another school I could put out there? Hampton. It will fit a school
Norfolk
State.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which I thought Norfolk State should have been in 23. They should have been. It should have been Jackson State and Norfolk State.
In my opinion, I think they were better. They were a better band than A&T in 23.
Thank you. We all had that argument. But what Dr. Little is saying is that we ain't submitting no videos to y'all. So how y'all putting us in this ranking when we have not submitted anything to y'all? Are y'all scouring YouTube for our shows and you using those shows to critique us? and put us in a ranking because we don't want to be in your ranking. And
Right.
and if Norfolk ain't participating because they feel like they got kind of screwed over too, they don't want to be bothered with that.
Right. And I don't blame them one bit. I think really, in my humble opinion, I think they put Jackson State on that list and tried to put us, middle of the pack, top 8, whatever they did. They did that for clicks and views because they understand that Jackson State, as far as the band, is top dog. I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna give you an awesome show every week. And then another thing, Jackson State is one of the very few bands that I've heard that all you have to do is listen to one of their songs, right? Then you go on YouTube and listen at the original song, and they sound the same.
Yeah.
I've never seen bands do it like that. Dr. Little and his writing team, I mean, those are some of the best penmanship as far as writing music that I've ever seen. Man, have you heard that Careless Whisper this year?
Mhm.
My Lord, man. I said, man, look, but it was just because they know that Jackson State is the biggest band brand, going along. And I don't blame Dr. Little one bit, because if you think about it, even with podcasters, not you per se, using the JSU brand name, you really, if we really want to get, a little funky about it, you actually owe us some money. Because that's name, image, and likeness. So,
and then there's so many folks that like why they cry because why he put this out. They cry because they ranked them 8 right now. And it's like, no. If he said he didn't submit anything and he didn't want to be in it, why keep putting our name up in there? And then the thing was from Dave, he was like, did they give the money back for 23? Why would we give $100,000 back to ESPN? That's 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Why would we give money back to them? So it was just so many things. Like people kind of just, it was just people overblown it. They were
right.
They were overreaching.
Right.
And it's like, listen, all you got to listen is basic. Just I want y'all to understand some of y'all folks in on that other group from that other podcast. Y'all
Right.
be at education. I'm gonna tell you like this. If you say we don't want to be in it, we don't want to be in it. If we didn't submit no damn videos for them to basically critique us, stop putting us in this thing when we say we don't want to be up in there. This is not, to me, this is not we didn't sign no multi-year contract to be in this thing.
No.
It's a year by year case.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some of the folks that's in the MEAC space, get out your ass.
Oh yeah.
And just leave us be.
Right.
Because I'm telling y'all this, if y'all really wanted to battle us, if y'all really want to battle a SWAC band, we could do it in the stands. We ain't got to worry about no field show. We could do it in the stands and blow y'all out the water in the stands.
That's easy work. That's light work. Don't nobody want to see. Don't nobody want to see Jack State not in the stands. That's light work. You don't want that.
We had Tuskegee come into the house and kept up with the boom, and they had fun for them to be to be a small of a band, and they had fun and they did a damn good job.
Yeah, they did a real good job, but once that pressure came, shout out to my old nephew Jay, JTV. Y'all subscribe to that people in the chat. He put some footage out there what JSU did in the stand. I said, my Lord, my Lord, no, you don't want to see the boom. That's not even having blue and white glasses on. If you just understand the way music's supposed to sound, it's J State all day. Everybody else just need to catch up. It is what it is. You got the opportunity to catch up. I mean, there's other bands out there that I thoroughly enjoy, like Texas Southern. I enjoy them. Um, I enjoy who else?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Brian Simmons is kicking everybody's ass over at Texas Southern.
Yeah, I enjoy them, man. They have a great band over there. Great band. A real great band. I like them. There's a couple others that I do like. So there's no biases, but I just think that, like I said again, Dr. Little did his thing. He made an executive decision, and it is what it is. Don't get mad, scratch your ass, and that's it. And he said what he said.
He said what he said. All right, now let's get to these picks. It's pick time. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, we going into Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we better go first and foremost. We better go to the CIAA because they the least of my worries. I'm petty for that. Hey, yeah, Bama State, the marching Hornets, they sound real good.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they sound decent. I never, being that I was a percussionist for years, and hell, it's still near and dear to my heart. They percussion sections I don't like it. I guess I don't like their cadences. I hate those cadences, but.
So let's talk about it. We got Virginia Union on the road. They playing in Shaw. Well, it say Durham, North Carolina, but Shaw is in Raleigh. So that's the 1 p.m. kickoff. You got Winston-Salem taking on Bowie, Fayetteville State, and Virginia State. This game is in Fayetteville. Then you got Bluefield State, Johnson C. Smith, and then you got Lincoln, PA, and Livingstone. So we're gonna start off with the first game: Virginia Union and Shaw.
Man, I've been a Virginia Union fan for these last couple years. In my mind, in my eyes, they can't do anything wrong. Even when they lose, they always a threat to win because one thing that I love about Virginia Union on the D2 level, they understand trench play, and they can always run that football. They can run that football. So I'm gonna go Virginia Union, man. I'm gonna go Virginia Union by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go with Union on this one. I don't know about 3 touchdowns, but I'm gonna go with Union. Shaw got to show me something. They got to show me some fight.
Yeah, they're gonna have to show some fight, but I think it's gonna be one of them things, nephew. It's gonna be not so fast because you're gonna have to stop that run game. And once that run game get to cooking, hey, I feel sorry for you if you can't tackle.
We got Winston-Salem State and Bowie State. I'm gonna go with Winston-Salem.
Me too. I agree. I'm gonna say Winston-Salem. I'm gonna say 21-17. They kind of equally matched a little bit. They're kind of equally matched. I like both quarterbacks. They decent, but it's just gonna come down. I think it'll come down to fourth quarter with those because they evenly matched. They very evenly matched.
Virginia State and Fayetteville State. This is in Fayetteville.
Man, I'm gonna have to go with the home team, man. I like Fayetteville. I like them. I'm sold on them. I like them. I love their quarterback. I think he should be on the D1 level. I really do. I think he should be a D1 quarterback. I think he needs to hit that portal, and he needs to bring his talents to the SWAC. If you ask me, I think he needs to bring his talents to the SWAC. He's good.
I'm gonna go with the Trojans from Virginia State on this one. I think they try to shake back from that loss early in the season. Bluefield State versus Johnson C. Smith. I'm gonna go Johnson C. Smith big.
Oh man, me too. Big. Johnson C. Smith this year. They ain't messing around. They ain't messing around this year. They ain't messing around. No, sir. They not. I like their coach. I like their culture. I like the offensive line. Yeah, they do their job. But I like the skill position players. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's big. I think they'll have 100-yard rusher and they'll have a 100, maybe a couple 100-yard receiver.
And last but not least, I got it's Lincoln, PA versus Livingstone. I'm gonna go with Livingstone on this one. I'm gonna go with Sean Gilbert and his squad, and they playing on the black field.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's Sean Gilbert all day. That's all you had to say with that. Yeah, I think he's gonna be ready. I think he's trying to make some traction, to catch up with the Virginia States, with the Fayetteville's and the Virginia Unions and those guys. I mean, he wants to be in the hunt. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with him Saturday for sure.
All right, and so now let's go ahead and move over to my other favorite conference, the SWAC.
Yeah, great conference, great football too.
All right, so we got some good football games. We got Allen taking on Albany State down in South Georgia. We got Central State at Lane. This game is in Rochester, New York, so this is a classic right here. You got Benedict on the road on the Pyru Field taking on Clark Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Miles at Morgan State, the Circle City Classic. Fort Valley versus Tuskegee. Kentucky State versus Savannah State down in Georgia. Morehouse versus Edward Waters in Jacksonville. So let's start with Central State and Lane. I'm gonna go Central State on this one.
I agree. I'm gonna go Central State by 10. I think they'll pull it out by 10.
By 10?
Yeah, by 10.
All right, Circle City Classic, Miles and Morgan State. I'm gonna go Morgan State all day, every day.
Yeah, Morgan State, they had that hiccup early this year where they only had 56 yards total offense. I've never seen that in all my football career. I've never seen that 56 yards of total offense. But I think they're bruising more. They're a bruiser, as far as defense, and I think their defense gonna wear them down. So I'm gonna go with Morgan.
Kentucky State versus Savannah State. This is a tricky one because we all saw that Kentucky State squad when they came to Grambling and what they can do. And Felton Huggins is a good coach at Kentucky State.
Mm-hmm.
But they on the road. They playing in Savannah. Savannah's going to be kind of warm. They're going to be kind of muggy. I'm going to go with the Thoroughbreds from Kentucky.
Man, me too. I'm going for KS. You. Woo! Yeah, I'm with them, man. I like what they did against Grambling. They showed that they deserve to be on that field. But this is what I'm predicting. 34-10 KSU. Book it.
Fort Valley versus Tuskegee. They 3 p.m. This is the 3 p.m. game Eastern. They under the shed in Tuskegee. So this is a big game right here. Even though Fort Valley is I think they're 0-3 right now.
Right.
But this is a big game for Tuskegee. Tuskegee can get off their schneid. They can beat Fort Valley in at home. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Tuskegee. The only reason why I say that because Fort Valley is missing a lot of players from their team last season. So quarterback Kevin Durham is at Johnson C. Smith.
Right.
Brandon, what's the kid's name? Brandon is the running back. I know his first name, Brandon, but I forgot what is it.
I forgot his last name. I know you're talking about him.
But he's gone. And then, of course, the main person who was at Fort Valley, the man who ran the show, Coach Gibbs,
is gone.
Is gone. Now, that's not taking anything away from Coach Watson, from Marlon Watson, and I think he's a good coach. But I think Tuskegee got a little bit more in their tank right now. And the shed gonna be rocking too.
Man, I agree. I mean, I got TU Skegee. TU, man, I got them big. I think the crowd gonna show up. They did prove that they can actually. They have some skilled players. They got a decent quarterback. You know, they just went against a juggernaut, you know, in Jackson State, you know, but, you know, I really saw some key pieces, you know, for them on, you know, in their division. So I'm going to go Tuskegee, man. I'm going big. I'm going to say Tuskegee by 40, man. Yeah. I'm going Tuskegee big.
Morehouse versus Edward Waters game is in Jacksonville. Edward Waters, they gonna bounce. They bouncing back from their loss to Bethune-Cookman. Coach Jenkins and here's the thing though, Coach Jenkins and Coach Dooley working together side by side is that is like.
It's been a great tandem so far.
Yeah,
it's been a great tandem so far.
Because we all know Dooley is like I want to do it my way, but then again, if you got Jenkins, as the main man in charge, he's aggressive with his play calling. I'm gonna go with Edward Waters. I don't see Morehouse winning this game. I'm gonna go Edward Waters big.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be big. I mean, the Noops finna run the show, brother. Shout out to brother Biden. Shout out to brother. Yeah, we just said his name. Dooley. Yeah, the Noops gonna run the show that day, man. I got them big. Edward Waters by 50.
All right. Here we go. Undefeated Benedict at 3-0 right now. Go into Clark. So Zy McDonald should be starting in this game. I'm gonna go with. I mean, the only thing about Clark is the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Defense got to show up.
Right.
Benedict is still living off of what they was doing when Chennis Berry was there. Defense runs the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see how much offense Benedict has in this game to keep up with those receivers from Clark. I'm gonna go with Clark by 3. And it's going to be
yeah, I think it'll be a shootout, but I'm going to go with Clark. I'm going to say 34-27. I think Zy McDonald gonna come out in the second half and just maybe go up 2 touchdowns. Then they'll probably come back and score a touchdown, and then they'll win the game. I think Zy will probably have 300 total yards and 4 touchdowns against that defense.
All right. Last game, and this would be I don't know if I would think it would be the game of the week for the SWAC, but I think this is my big game of the week in the SWAC. Allen taking on Albany State in Albany, Georgia. Albany was picked to win the whole conference. Allen wasn't even picked to be. They were picked in the bottom half of the conference.
They picked like 6. Yeah.
But Allen is 2-0 in conference right now, 2-1 overall. Albany State took a couple of losses early on, but one of them was to FAMU in that game. We talked about that game all the time. That
Right.
last couple of days last week.
Right.
But this game is in Georgia. It ain't in South Carolina. This game in Georgia.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go with Albany State on this one. I think Quinn Gray is gonna right his wrongs in this game. I'm gonna go with Albany.
Well, I'm gonna have to go against the grain, man. I'm riding that Allen train right now. I like their running game. I like not so much their defensive front, but I like their second line. They got that all-star linebacker. I can't think of his name, but I'm gonna pull the upset, man. I think the home team gonna get beat. Yep, I got Allen winning that. I just think they're on a high right now. I think with those 2 victories that they received in conference play, I think it's giving them a lot of confidence. But I will say this: I think the game gonna be close. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout on either side. But I'm gonna stretch it out and say that I'm gonna say Allen 24-20.
Okay. All right, let's move over to the MEAC. Move over to what they call it, the physicality conference.
215-pound linebackers. No, stop. But go ahead.
All right. So everybody knows that they're still in non-conference play. So we're gonna get into this week 5 right here. First and foremost, North Carolina Central will be over here in my neck of the woods over at East Texas A&M. And Central is 3-2. The Lions for East Texas A&M is 0-3. Of course, they just came off the loss to Grambling this past weekend. I'm going Central.
Oh yeah, I got Central big in that one. Trey Oliver, when he goes against lesser opponents, he normally runs the score.
South Carolina State is on the road. They're not going too far. They're going to Charleston, take on Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern is 0-4 compared to 2-2 from South Carolina State. I'm going to look for a victory over the Charleston Southern Buccaneers. Chennis had a difficult schedule earlier in the season, playing 2 FBS schools. So
yeah, I think Tennis Bear gets his get back. Coach Bear gets his get back. I think they go back to their winning ways. It's gonna be big too. It's gonna be big.
We already talked about Miles and Morgan State. Howard is on the road to Richmond. Howard coming in at 3-1, and Richmond is at 2-2. I don't know. I don't know how what Richmond looks like, but I know what Howard looks like. I know what their defense look like. I know what their running game looks like. I know what Tyreek Starks look like.
Right. I got HU. I'm gonna roll with them. My 4-game MEAC offensive MVP, Mr. Tyreek Starks, and that's what I call him. That's his nickname, Mr. Tyreek Starks. I think that's the MVP thus far in this short season. I got to roll with them. I like their defense. They proved me wrong. I mean, I thought they was going to be a bottom feeder because they lost a lot. But with that addition of Tyreek Starks, man, they rallied behind that young man. And the defense is jazzy. They hit you. So I got HU, man. I'm gonna say 34-17. Yeah, I think Richmond is gonna come out, firing off. They big in the trenches, of course. But I just think over time, Hampton, man, they just gonna wear them out.
Norfolk State is on the road taking on Wagner. Norfolk State, only victory they have right now is against Virginia State. And then Wagner is coming in the game at 0-4. Something gonna have to give. I think this is the time. I think this will be the time in the game where Michael Vick comes in and say we got to prove our dominance against lesser teams, against inferior teams. So I would say I'm gonna go with Norfolk State, and it ain't gonna be close. I mean, I'm gonna say it's gonna be close.
Right. Well, it's gonna be close, yeah.
But they have to go out there and dominate from start to finish. Or if he loses to Wagner, then you're gonna start looking at some people are gonna start looking at why did we hire Vic in the first place?
Yeah, I must agree, man. I don't know if they'll win, but I want Coach Vic to win. So I'm gonna roll with him. I'm gonna roll with him one more time. But Coach Vic, if you're out here listening, if you don't win Saturday, man, I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't roll with you. You one of my favorite players of all time. Well, one of them anyway. But man, you're gonna have to coach. You're gonna have to coach better, man. You're gonna have to coach better, man.
Then the game of the week in the MEAC, you got 3-1 Delaware State going to 3-1 Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart just came off a victory over, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was over Norfolk State, if I'm not mistaken. Delaware State under Deshaun Jackson leads the league in rushing. He leads FCS in rushing. I don't know.
Well, I see it. The thus far MEAC Coach of the Year, Coach Jack, D Jack. I'm rolling with him over Sacred Heart. I'm rolling with it. It might be close, but Coach D Jack has shown me that he can come out in the second half and he can score on you. So I'm gonna go. I'm riding the wave, man. I'm on it. Coach D Jack, if you hear me, you one of my favorite receivers all time as well. Dale, give me Dale State. Give it to me. I'm rolling with you, Coach D Jack. I believe in you. I believe.
So Dale State got they got a QB in Caden Bennett. Yeah, he transferred in from Sacramento State. He's as good with his arm as he is with his legs, but he uses his legs more because he's the one that operates that running attack. Then you think about it, they also have to me, I think Dell State has a two-headed running back system, headed by Marquise Gillis. And when he get, you talking about a kid 6 foot 215, when he gets going, he gonna get going.
Man, I'm with you, man. I like that squad. I mean, I like the play calling. I mean, I like of course, I love the execution. And his quarterback right now is playing lights out. Besides Tariq Starks, I mean, that's your guy. That's your guy right now.
The only thing about him is the defense, but other than that, Quentin Porter's working with Marquise Gillis and the other running backs. That was a godsend.
Yeah, it was.
That was a godsend. Hey, and I believe in me at Mike. They should beat Sacred Heart by at least 10 points. They got the team to actually do it.
They should. I mean, they should. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna ride with Coach Vic because I want what's best for him. They put up the yardage. What was it? Wasn't that last week? They put up the yardage.
Yeah,
but they still lost, though. I'm like, they still lost. I mean, that was a head scratcher to me. But like I said, I'm gonna ride the wave. I'm riding with both of them. But right now, to me, Coach D-Jack is the hottest guy, and the coach over there at Howard as well. You got to give props to him as well.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing though: who would have thought that Dell State and Howard are top in the MEAC right now at 3-1, sitting at 3-1?
I didn't see it. I'm admitting I didn't see it because Howard was picked to be a bottom feeder as well as Dell State was picked to be a bottom feeder.
Yeah, Dell State was picked to finish last in the league, and then Howard was picked to finish fifth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams going in the MEAC gonna have trouble with those two teams. Because with those two teams, you got to be able to score.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't score, then what did they say on Friday? That's your ass, Creed.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Yes, Lord. So you got to be able to go.
All right, y'all already know what we're about to get into. We're about to get to this SWAC talk right here.
Let's get it.
We're about to get to the SWAC talk. First and foremost, starting off, we're going to Intervena. You got the Delta Devils taking on hosting them Third Ward Tigers from Texas Southern. Both teams coming in at 0-3. I learned this a week ago. Do not ask Coach Dishman no dumbass questions.
Yeah, Coach Dishman. Yeah, he has a bunch of bravado, if you will, but his coaching ability.
But if he's already answered the question and he answered it fully, don't double back with almost the damn same question that somebody else just asked. And the question that you all know the question that he was talking about where he ripped into the team, and it's like he's frustrated, and he can be frustrated as a head coach, and and he's also frustrated at himself. So me at Mike said Valley gonna win. I'm gonna go with Texas Southern. I think they have the better team by this much.
Yeah, they do. They had a better team. They got a better QB. KJ, I think KJ is going to go into battle and do well. But I won't. But I'll say this: although I'm picking Texas Southern, but I will not be shocked if Valley pulls off that upset. I would not be shocked.
I won't be shocked either. A win is bound to happen. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah. All right.
So we going down to Daytona. Alabama A&M is on the road taking on Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman come off their first victory over Edward Waters, 35-9. Alabama A&M with a 49-7 drubbing of Lane College. I'm gonna go with Alabama. I'm gonna go with Alabama A&M. There was a couple of players that were sitting out last week against Lane for health reasons. I'm gonna go with Alabama A&M. If Cornelius Brown plays in the game, A&M big time, big time, and then that lets me know how hot is that seat in Daytona for Coach Woody.
Well, I think it's as we say back in the day, it is 38 hot, and I'm gonna tell you why. Chris Ransom is the real deal. I don't understand why he doesn't keep him in the whole game. I never figured that out. But BCU, they have proven that they can score points. They've proven that. But you're going against a defensive guru in Coach Shade. And I think he's going to have them boys ready. And if I'm like you, if Kawhi Brown plays, you better watch out. But I still think that Alabama A&M has enough on both sides of the ball to come in there and handle their business against BCU. So I have A&M. I got them winning 35-13.
All right, man. Guess what? We headed to the M. We headed to Memphis to the Southern Heritage Classic. Alcorn, Pine Bluff. Something got to give.
Man, I really didn't want to comment on this game. I don't know, man. Let me flip a coin. Let me see what it says. Hold on. Let me flip. Heads, Alcorn, tails, UAPB. It said heads. I'm gonna go with Alcorn. I think that their quarterback. I give him credit because when he was at Howard, he probably can complete maybe like a 7 to 8 yard pass. But now he's going up to probably like the 15 and 20. So that's good. I think that'll be good enough to beat UAPB. Very close though. Very close. It's not gonna be a blowout. But I think G after this game, he'll finally have something to say.
Not so fast, my friend. Pine Bluff had the better quarterback play out of the two Eagles.
Oh yeah, now I do agree with that. Like I said, I told you, the quarterback from they played at Howard. I mean, he set out, he was out last year, but before last year, I mean, like I said, he can throw it on the sideline, throw it to the sideline 25 yards, and it'll touch the Gatorade bottles. But as far as accuracy, no. But he's gotten better since he's been at Alcorn. I give him props on that. But yeah, like I said, it's a flip of a coin between those two. I mean, they're just two bad programs right now.
I'm gonna go with Pine Bluff on this one.
Okay, I mean, I can see it happening. But again, I can see that Alcorn can win. But I'll say this. I will say this: if Alcorn loses this game, they're going to go back to that year. What year was that? Was that 2001? 2002 or 2000 when they went 0-11. I think that'll be
2000.
2000. Yeah, if they don't win this game, they'll be 0-11 this year.
Ooh. All right. Now, we about to go to the first of the big three.
All right,
in the East.
Let's get it.
Alabama State ain't no but a good old 2.5, 3 hour drive down to the Florida Panhandle to Tallahassee and going to take on Florida A&M. Alabama State coming in at 3-1, FAMU at 1-2. Alabama State has the top offense in the SWAC, one of the top offenses in FCS, has one of the best QBs in both the SWAC and FCS, and Andrew Body.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say it like this: Drew ain't threw a pick yet. The boy has 10 touchdowns passing, 0 interceptions. Of course, he has over 100-some yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So he has 12 total touchdowns, no turnovers. He's coming in. He has a running game.
Mm-hmm.
He has receivers. He has an offensive coordinator that is letting him do what he does. Now, let's look on the other side for FAMU. I say FAMU, they got a QB. RJ Jefferson, I didn't know he could really spin it like that, but he can spin it. All right.
He can spin it. I mean, that's just them talking about, Cozy. That's just FAMU talking about Cozy, but I mean, he gives them the best option at QB.
They got a running back in Thad Franklin. They got some offensive linemen. The defense is not bad. And I forgot to say about Bama State that Bama State's defense has improved since the first game of the season.
Right.
They just put it like that. Bama State is scoring 36 points a game right now.
Uh-huh. Well, it's going to be tough, man, for them going down there and brag to win because, Alabama State going to be starting 11 guys on offense and defense, and FAMU going to be starting about 16, between them and the ref. So you're going to have to account for that. So I don't know. I'm going to say this is a coin flip for me.
I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to be real with y'all. I have Bama State winning by 10 in Tallahassee.
I mean, shouts out to Andrew Body, He said he working hard for the pie, so I mean, we'll see. But it's just something. It's something just telling me that those Rattlers, because they haven't lost to Alabama State.
They lost since they've been in the conference.
Yeah, they hadn't lost to Alabama State. They hadn't lost to Southern. Something just telling me, man, that I'm thinking it's gonna be some divots in the field. It's something telling me, man, that they gonna win. They gonna beat Alabama State. Some telling me this. I don't know why it's telling me this. I think Andrew Body's gonna probably have a phenomenal game. But it's just something telling me it's my third eye kicking in because I know what you have to do when you go to brag. You really just got to beat them because everything is gonna be against you. And no disrespect to FAMU, but I just call it how I see it. I've never seen FAMU in a tight game situation at Bragg Stadium that the referees will not allow them to win. Those are facts. You can go back and check the tape. I'm not no conspiracy theories. Just go back and look at the tape. And you can count the number of infractions that are called, and you can count the number of infractions that don't be called. And they always favor FAMU. So something about it, like I said, I think I got FAMU in this.
Oh well, we talk about SWAC reps, so let's.
Man, I don't care if it's MEAC reps. I don't care if it's SWAC reps. It's just something about when you play in brag, you got to go and impose your will on them because you don't want the game to come down to having somebody make the correct call. You just don't want to do that against them. So.
Right. All right. Let's get to it. First big game of the week. Everybody, we in my hometown. They on the sunny side of South Dallas this weekend. You know, everybody gonna get their hair done. Women gonna get their hair and nails done. They gonna get they gonna go to the mall and get their outfit before they come over to the Cotton Bowl. Before they come to the fair. Before they even get to the Cotton Bowl. They're gonna go up in there, they're gonna go get them a Fletcher's corny dog. They're gonna get them a turkey leg, get a funnel cake, some fried Oreo, whatever, ride or two, play a game. Fellas gonna have their haircuts. They're gonna have that fresh fade, that crispy lineup, looking like Steve Harvey before he lost his hair.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, man? You know what?
They're gonna catch the pregame concert, which is gonna be, I think it's gonna be TLC, if I'm not mistaken. They're gonna be Left Eye and Chili. And then at 6 o'clock, it's game time.
Right.
You got Grambling coming in from North Louisiana, exit 81. They coming in at 3-1.
Uh-huh.
And then you got PV coming down from Waller County.
Uh-huh.
From Alta Vista Plantation.
Yes, sir.
They coming in at 2-2. I you know, during the conference call, I heard a little pep in Coach Jackson's step. He's kind of happy they won on Saturday.
Okay.
You know, it's the so guess what? It is the 100th anniversary of this game right here. This game is as old as the SWAC itself. 100 years of the State Fair Classic.
Well, I tell you what, I think that my boy is gonna come down there and give them a T, pun intended, set party. I'm going with the G-Men from Monroe, Louisiana. They're gonna ugly the game up. I think they have the better quarterback. I think they got the better running back. I mean, although now I love Bingham. I like him. I like him. I like him for Nerd U. You know, that's PV, that's Nerd U. But yeah, I like him for Nerd U. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the G-Man.
All right. So
Brandon, Louisiana.
So y'all know I ain't got no skin in this game because y'all know who I represent. But I do have skin in this game because it is a family affair because both of my nieces are in school. One is at Grambling, freshman. You know, she gonna Air Force ROTC. She gonna be an athletic trainer next year when she comes around. I got my other niece. She at Prairie View. She's a junior at Prairie View. She is the definition of a blurred. She is a education major. I think elementary education.
Okay, good. We need her. We definitely need her.
And it is a house divided with my little sister. Because she don't know who she want to go for. I don't know who I want to go for. But like I said, I ain't got no skin in the game. I know what I represent.
Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about that too. Yeah.
I represent the Jack. If you watched the game last year, I was still mad at myself because I left at third quarter and didn't even know that these folks were gonna go into 5 overtimes. I told my mom I should have stayed my black ass at the stadium. But we went out there, we got our food. Yeah, I know that's when I came on Timona's live with the big brontosaurus leg, turkey leg.
You were walking around looking like Fred Flintstone. Now I give you that. I said,
and I'm gonna do it again Saturday.
I know that's real. Get it done. Get it done.
I like the two-headed monster with Lamonte McDowell and Chase Bingham. And then you added Tevin Carter at quarterback, who's a threat to run the ball also. Three-header running system right there. But it's something about what Coach Joseph done instilled in these guys at Grambling in his second year. Of course, the only loss was to Ohio State. We all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah.
Get your money, come back to the crib.
Yeah.
But East Texas A&M, he done beat them again.
Right.
He beat them last year. You squeaked by with Kentucky State, but a win is a win. And then you dog walk Langston. Now here's your real test. Your first real test against your rival, Prairie View, who has beaten you for the last 6 years.
That's right.
5 out of 6 years. Let's put it like that. 5 out of 6 years.
That's right.
It was so bad they done got an eviction notice on y'all to get out of the Cotton Bowl.
But I think this is the year to do it. I think Coach Joseph has found out how to ugly the game up a little bit, and I think like I said, it's going to come down to T-Set. And T-Set is the better quarterback of the two.
Yeah, T-Set can throw the ball. He's been in big game. He's been in big game situations where he was at Southern. You got a two-headed running back system at Grambling with Trey Bradford. And redshirt, I thought he was a true freshman, but redshirt freshman Byron Eaton Jr. If you don't know his daddy, go watch some tapes. Go watch some tapes of Oklahoma when he was at Oklahoma State hooping.
Oh yeah. Or
go watch some tape when he was at Lincoln in 2002 as a freshman point guard on the same team with Chris Bosh.
Yeah. They were good.
Or on that football field as a quarterback and a strong safety, playing at 220 pounds, 5'10". The defense is good. Bryce Cage is a good defensive lineman. They do, now I will say this, they do miss that middle linebacker presence with Andrew Jones. Y'all know.
The SWAC misses him. He was phenomenal. You're talking about 15, 20 tackles a game.
Yeah, he's in the SEC now. But I'm going with the black and gold. I'm going with the G-Man.
Yeah,
they're going to win by 10.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the G-Man. I believe in him. I think the biggest thing is, with PV, he's still banking on those D2 systems. And when you go further into SWAC play, I think the truth really gonna come out. I really do. I think the truth gonna come out. And like I said, right now, I'm riding with Coach Joseph. I'm gonna ride with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've seen Grambling 3-1. It's been a long time, actually.
It's been a long time.
So I'm gonna roll with him.
Was the head coach.
Yep, I'm gonna roll with him. So, G-Man.
All right. So now we about to get into the main game. Y'all know what it is. 6 o'clock Saturday night down at Mumford. And y'all know we gonna talk our shit. It is the Boombox classes. It's SU. It's Jackson State. It's for This now, guess what? This game is a conference game now. It ain't non-conference. We can't say this game don't count, but we all do know that this game does count right here for us. We coming in off bye week. We riding high off a shutout, off a shutout against Tuskegee, against a wildly cagey Tuskegee team. Didn't even have Jacoby and Morgan play. Didn't even have Jeremiah Wings play. Didn't have some players on the offensive line play. And we still went out there and dominated the game. And on the other side, Southern coming in, and they're just coming off of a huge loss against Fresno State. Was on the road in San Joaquin Valley. I didn't bait. I didn't, during my questioning with Coach Graves on Monday, I didn't bait him to tell me who's going to be the starting quarterback. I just wanted to know how his quarterbacks are. Basically, I wanted to know what was the outcome of Jalen Woods. Is he still in protocol? Is he going to be ready for Saturday? Is it not going to be him? Is it going to be Cam McCoy? Is it going to be Asher Strada? Who is it going to, to me, who is it going to be on Saturday? I didn't want him to tell me who is going to be the QB. I just want to get a sense of where his QBs are for this game. Now, they have a good running back system with Trey Holly and Mike Franklin. Of course, Cam McCoy adds another dimension with the running game, with his athleticism, his speed. But fuck all that, because the last time somebody said this week. Receiver Darren Moore said what did he say?
He said he wasn't impressed, but yeah, but I went back and watched every except for Fresno State. In the 3 games tape that I watched, I found out his number, and that man has 6 drop passes this year.
That man had 7 catches for over 100 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but he's dropped 6 passes this year. So if anything, he should not be talking about people not being impressed. When Cam McCoy, he dropped a touchdown versus a guaranteed touchdown against North Carolina Central, and he dropped a guaranteed touchdown against Alabama State. Mm-hmm. So if I was that young man, if my talent was kind of like a B-, C+ level,
don't say nothing.
You probably don't need to say nothing, because he's probably gonna draw either Wyatt or I think that's Wyatt's side. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the chase. JSU big 45-7. Move on.
Y'all remember this kid right here?
Senior, I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. We gonna get him next time. We gonna see him again.
That's Horatio Johnson, y'all. He said he ain't never beat Jackson State since he been at Southern. He said we gonna try though. Y'all want to hear that again?
Senior, I know it's hard to say, but I never beat Jackson State, but we tried, dude. We gonna get him next time. We gonna see him again.
Yeah.
Coach just smiling with that South Mississippi smile.
And I think Southern done messed up anyway, because you don't give Coach TC 2 weeks to prepare for you. I mean, you asking to get tore out the frame. Don't let that man get 2 weeks to prepare for you.
So we gonna turn them from this to this.
Yeah, I'm predicting 45 points, 600 yards total offense. About 350 of those are rushing. I think it's gonna be an absolute show of dominance, because what the SWAC doesn't realize is that the defense alone with Jackson State this year, a lot of this stuff that these teams are running is not going to work, because they're going to take away your rushing attack. Anytime you take away USM rushing attack, what does that tell you? So, nah, nah, it's going to be a blowout. I'm not saying it with blue and white glasses, but they don't have the depth that Jackson State has. Because see, what it's going to come down to is when TC and company start substituting them in and out, rotating them in and out, fresh legs, fresh bodies, talent that can actually start on their team. The second string guys from us can actually go be first string at their. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be close. I think it'll probably be about 28-3 at the half. No, 28-7 at the half. Then Jackson State just gonna run away with it in the second half.
Well, y'all see this Baton Rouge Tech. I'm going 35. I'm going 35-13. Now they do play us tough in Mumford, so I'm not gonna say about 40, but I wanted to be by 40. So it is what it is, but hey, look at this Baton Rouge Tech. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. Got the little jam.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, that's we about to go play the Adrian Crook Classic, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Jackson State going into SWAC play. Like I said, I just think that we have a little bit too much, but it's up to the players to go down there and prove it, of course. But even with an off game, I still see Jackson State winning at least by 3 touchdowns, even with an off game. Yeah.
And Lacuma gonna be holding L's all day, every day by us, and then the jukebox is gonna look silly in the stands. Like, I don't even want to play here no more.
Yeah.
I don't even want to play here no more.
Yeah, it's looking kind of grim down there, man. I mean, they already turned their back on Coach Graves anyway. So, I just,
Why they back on Coach Graves? Coach Graves ain't the issue. It's the roster issue.
Well, it's the roster issue. It was, the offensive coordination. It's the game plan. It's the defense really can't tackle. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot going on down there. But, better them than us. Only thing I can say is that they about to get waxed, and waxed bad, and the band gonna get waxed too. You can book that.
You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be some.
Yeah, they squabbling out there now. Yeah.
Gonna be some squabbling.
Yes, sir, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, that's my prediction. 45-7. Jackson State. D.I. Love. You can book that. I'm ready to see some great football. But I can say this is going to be the tell all be all for the SWAC. Maybe not so much the MEAC this week, because they still kind of skating away out of conference games. But this is going to be the tell all be all week. We're going to see what Prairie View is about. We're going to see what Texas Southern is about. We're going to see what Alabama State is about. We're going to see what FAMU is about. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of telltale signs. But just be mindful. Yeah, that's probably going to be a gloomy game down there at the reservation. So all Alcanites, I pity you. Just play.
Everybody else, for everybody else, we that had something to say about what's going on and something to say about me. I just want y'all
Stop
to
smoking that dope.
I just need y'all to stop smoking that dope. Stop smoking that dope. And I forgot, it's Southern Hate Week because we hate them, they hate us. I don't care. Guess what? It's always gonna be
Fuck them people! Fuck them people!
in by 40.
Yeah, they're just having recruiting issues right now. They're not filling in the holes that they need to fill in. So we're just gonna go down there and we're gonna exploit it. Coach Quinn, he already know. He already know what to do. So
And last but not least, so let's see. Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday is the Boombox Battle of the Bands at Mumford. Now, I gotta say this about Southern. How you gonna charge $500? $500 for the people who cover the bands. $500.
well, that goes back to our earlier sentiment. Jackson State has a huge social media presence. So they did that for them. I'm pretty sure those Southern people, Smash Time and all them, they ain't gonna get charged that.
No, they gonna get charged that.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, Killer Kev put something on YouTube yesterday. He put a post out there on YouTube. He did the same thing that nephew Jay did. $500. Hey, he like, hey, got $500. Cause that's not even including. That's not what he's still in Detroit if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that's not including airfare, hotel, however he gets around town when he goes to a game. That's man, $500.
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Damn, what y'all doing? Selling nickel and dime bags?
That's Southern though, man. That's Southern, man. That's how they do it. They still, like I said, we on a what is the 6-game winning streak, which will be it's gonna be 7. It'll be 7 Saturday, but yeah, like I said, although this is a rivalry game, and most people like, well, you never know what's gonna happen in a rivalry game, but come on, man, y'all been watching football all year. Southern is not a good team. They're not a good team this year.
So enjoy yourselves if you go down to Baton Rouge for the Battle of the Band. Also, make sure you hydrate before. I don't know how the weather's going to be down in BR, but hydrate before you get for the game, before you try to drink your sorrows away and stuff like that. Hydrate before. Water. Get your water before. Make sure you don't pass out. Make sure you don't get no heat stroke, no heat exhaustion, none of that stuff. And while I'm at it, y'all can send the donations in because your boy got to get a turkey leg. He got to get the funnel cake. I got to get state fair food. I got to get state fair food. I gotta get state fair food. So that's what I'm about. That's my whole mindset. I need state fair food before I go into the game. I haven't heard any word if I got to set the full credentials get on the sideline for the classic. But if not, I'm being in the stands. I'm gonna have my cameras. I'll take my pictures and stuff like that. But also I'm also putting out a GoFundMe to get some more lenses for my camera so I can take those very close close-up shots, zoomed in shots and stuff like that. So I'm trying to work on that, and we're gonna try to get the LLC, get it all squared away for my media outlet. Let's see. Other than that, man, I know everybody done made their way over to Ken Clark, KC 1400.
All right, man. Well, great show. I'm gonna go ahead and go and get off, man. And like I said again, D, I love. Thank you for putting me on the show. And it's kind of late dinner time for me anyway. So, man, we'll talk soon.
Oh yeah. Next week next week is Gulf Coast Classic, Gulf Coast Challenge Week for Jackson State against Alabama A&M, and then that same week is not the same week, but the following week is the week of my birthday. It's the week of my birthday. I'll be turning good 23 years old again. Now I'll be 46 coming up on the 8th. So we'll probably do something on that day to have some fun and everything. Got my cake. It's in the freezer. And we can say happy birthday and stuff like that. But I'm going to have to get up on out of here because I got to change clothes, put my clothes on so I can go to work. I'm going to have me a good night tonight at work. Hope everybody have a great evening tonight. Oh my goodness. For those that don't understand, there was a shooting at a ICE detention facility here in Dallas earlier. 2 people lost their lives and 2 others are on the mend right now in the hospital. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Kind of crazy getting off of work and hearing something about that. Having this morning in downtown Dallas. Other than that, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Hug your loved ones and love on your loved ones. I always say, crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. I'm your boy Doc. Make sure that you like, stream, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And most of all, as always, be easy, baby. More likely, we'll be back on here Saturday. Peace.